Hey guys, welcome to our live review of Ip Man 3, the Donnie Yen starring vehicle, which he's done 3 movies. And with me here, of course, is Mr. Lou Rod, aka
Hello.
Buddha Rod. How's it going, man?
I'm doing well. How are we doing this afternoon?
Good, good, good. So I guess it's the second time you see something about Donnie Yen today on this channel. And apologize for all that honking noise that you're hearing right now. Um, New York City people honking like crazy. But anyway, let's get down to the meat of the matter. Ip Man 3 is the third movie in the series about, well, it's pronounced Yip Man, I believe, who he was the grandmaster to Bruce Lee. He's the one who taught Bruce Lee Wing Chun. And, this man has had an amazing life. Now, this is not a autobiographical story, of course. There are some things that are fictionally added, but what do you think about the third movie? This is pretty much almost the end of the chapter of Ip Man. What do you think about this movie?
Oh, that's it? No more?
I think, by the way, just
overall, movie was masterfully shot, beautiful. There's highs with the martial arts, lows with the story about the wife.
Yeah,
that really touched me.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. What I like about Asian cinema is that whenever they do love stories or stories of grief and pain, right? It's not like Western cinema where they have to spell it out. You watch the visuals and you get the story. You get to understand the pain and why, and so that was really cool. I definitely agree. I will say I was slightly disappointed with the fights. When I say slightly, just because especially Ip Man 1 and 2 had some really grandiose fights. And 3 was cool. The end fight in 3, if you watch 1 where he fought the general on top of that platform, that's something you remember very well. This fight here, the fights weren't as memorable. They were still very good, but just weren't as memorable in my mind. What do you think?
I liked all the fights. I mean, his fight with Mike Tyson was a little funny.
Yeah, it has. It's really has draw. It's one of those things where the Tyson fight, like I really thought they were going to do more with Tyson, but that's one part I just didn't like. I wish that was either close to being the final boss in a sense, or something like that. But the fight was just basically, if you last, then it's it. Which is a good fight. I wanted to see that fight continue. It was just kind of stopped. So
Tyson as supposedly the big bad and a thug. No thug. Okay, yeah, I'll give you this round. You lasted the three minutes, but we're far from done. They're scheming in their head of something else to do. I mean, that's where I felt they let down a little bit, because I think Mike Tyson's character could have did a little bit more to challenge Ip Man.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think the character could have done more. But then again, they went into, it's almost, they had 2 stories that, the one story with Tyson I liked. The story with the other Wing Chun master didn't really, it didn't really follow, and then out of nowhere, it just kind of like sped up, and then he became, I like the way they sped it up in the sense where he beat up all the other masters who like to just go and drink tea at the tea house. But I mean, that part of the story just didn't didn't really move me too well, because like I said, the Tyson fight was like, oh, that was like round 1, right? We want to see round 2, maybe round 3. If they had done that, I mean, I guess they didn't want to make it the very cliche, always fighting a Westerner to prove that he's the best, type of thing. So fighting the Wing Chun master, to me, what was your best fight? Which was your best fight scene?
The final one.
Me, the elevator.
Well, the elevator was good too.
The elevator was. Go ahead.
It felt like Daredevil's hallway scene mixed with Daredevil season 2 stairs scene, and then they threw in an elevator for good measure.
Yeah, I mean, it did 2 things. Remember how the wife was having issues with him before? That fight Like it's like it reminded her who she got married to. You know what I mean? Like as soon as he got into it, the guy took off his slippers. He basically just pushed his wife back, gave her the little packet, the medicine packet that they had, and then boom, like it started. Like you could just see this is how he protected his wife. Closed the elevator out. He's like, let me deal with this idiot here. You know, so I really like that fight. I was like, how dare you attack me with my wife? What's wrong with you?
You know, that was a little disrespectful.
It was.
And he was toying with him in the elevator.
Yeah. I mean, because he was protecting his wife and still fighting the dude at the same time. That was pretty good. So yeah, it was, to me, that was my best fight. The one at the end was a very good fight. The way it ended was, to me, felt like he was toying with that guy again too. Like,
he could have been toying. I could give you that, but just the overall essence of those whatever those kind of swords were.
Yeah.
That the kids all screaming like, I'm like, damn, the kids didn't get caught being in the little corner over there. I have a feeling that Ip Man saw them.
Yeah, at some point. But you know, he was dealing with his wife. The story with his wife was really touching. I really liked the way, like I said, they did it without saying so much. This is one thing I wish more directors here in the West would do, but people will complain about it. I know that. People are like, you didn't tell me why or whatever.
But they did tell you why if you're paying attention.
No. I'm just saying that if more directors here in America did that, people will complain that, oh, I didn't really get to see why or whatever, you know, that kind of thing. So,
which is stupid because they did it masterfully. She feels pain. She goes to a little pharmacy, tries to do the over-the-counter remedy stuff first. Then she goes to her doctor, and her doctor discloses what it can be.
Yeah.
Then she follows up, sees the x-rays, they tell her, and it takes the kid getting kidnapped for her to tell her husband, which just set everything up beautifully. Because you told us and you didn't drag it, and then he gets issued a challenge, but he's like, that challenge isn't important to me.
Yeah.
Dancing with my wife is. Doing something for her.
Yeah, but then again, it comes back with what the wife said at the end. Is like, she misses the sound of him fighting. That's what that's part of what she fell in love with. So, like I said, this simplicity is it's a good movie to watch, guys. Definitely watch it. The Masked Man says, yeah, there might be another movie. That's where the real fight with Tyson will happen. I mean, if they bring back the character, I would like that. I would like to see that there. Maybe the real fight with him happens at the beginning, and then you continue the story arc with something else.
I want to see him. I would like to see that they finish that arc because I just feel that isn't finished, and I want to see him train Bruce Lee a little bit.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I think they didn't want to over touch that because, okay, in martial arts world, Bruce Lee is sacred, right? Bruce Lee's always been the master. And then finally, for many people, they didn't know this is the man who trained Bruce Lee. And they've brought Ip Man up. So you want to skirt that fine line because remember, Bruce Lee's training in Wing Chun is one part. And then there's also him learning and improving his own martial arts skills as an individual. That's another part. So it's how much do you do? I think that's just a little bit tricky. But I agree. I definitely want to see it.
Just teach him the basics of what he learned from the guy.
Yeah, true. I mean,
it isn't a Bruce Lee story. It's Ip Man's story. So they shouldn't be upset. I want to see him train. You know, you're telling us he trained this guy. We see he's really good. But how was Bruce Lee when he was being trained? How did he accept the knowledge and go with everything? Because it's like,
I mean, I'm glad. I like that they put that in there. I'm sure Bruce Lee didn't do that to his master that young, but it was more of a nod into, the character itself, which was cool. It was cool to see. And I like the fact that he got dancing lessons from him too. It was cool. No, definitely. We're not trying to spoil the movie, but you definitely enjoy it. You definitely enjoy all the martial arts scenes and all the action sequences, the storylines. Like I said, the one that we felt was short was the Tyson one, but it's still fun. And then the one with his wife really fleshes out. So there are a lot of cool things there, and I suggest you guys watch it. So I mean, that's pretty much it. Anything else you want to add before we round up?
No, like I said, I hope they make at least one more. Well,
Yeah.
shit, make it another trilogy. I'm pretty sure there's stories.
Momo says the movie's not about Bruce Lee, it's about the master. No, I agree. But like Lou said, maybe show the beginning, because remember Bruce Lee was trained for a bit and then he had to leave, to go to the States. So maybe a little bit of that in there. But yeah, thanks guys for watching. If you're watching this, definitely subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. And thanks again for chiming in the chat, guys. We appreciate it. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section of this video. Otherwise, don't forget to like and share the video, subscribe again, and enjoy your entertainment.